on something.
Hey, I'm just gonna act surprised like everybody else.
Camden got the, yeah.
We did it! I knew we could. Yeah, thank God we did it. I knew we could. Hey, guess what? We did it. I'm feeling good. It's time to get it and feed the hood. Oh yeah, we did it. I knew we could. Nah, for real. We ball for real. Can't fall for real. Up so long, got folks thinking I'm tall for real. I give the spill, then break the mill. Used to walk around with a big old head, little bill. Here we go now, oh my. On the road like roll tide, but I'm with them bulldogs. They been here the whole time. How can I just cross sides? Never gonna get off sides. Making power moves together, no electric slide. Yeah, okay.
The Knicks ready to enjoy that one-of-a-kind New York home court advantage. And let's...
Well, guys...
a little intimidation factor, D.A. Thanks. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team.
And for Blake Griffin.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. They've got Abdul-Jabbar. Davis is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Robertson, and it's Jordan in at the 2 spot. And for the Knicks, they've got Iverson. He's out there with Rose. And it's Gilmore in at the 4 slot.
Well, we keep talking a lot about Anthony Davis and the fact that when he was a young player, he played the point guard position, and then all of a sudden grew like 60 inches to play center position. You see that skill set show up now and again, but really what you're seeing now about AD is his maturity in the game, finding spots on the floor where he can absolutely be dominant and control any kind of offensive possession from wherever he is on the floor.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Robertson dishes to Leonard. Outside, Davis. About a minute played so far here in the first. Here's Jordan from 13 feet. It goes down. And at Kentucky, Davis mostly an interior player, but he maintained, Brent, all along, he was capable of more than he showed in college.
There's no question about his skill set, and in the NBA, the opportunity, along with the transition of the NBA game, and especially the center position, he seems to be coming along at the appropriate time to show all of his wares off, Kevin.
And it's Iverson missing.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
We've got 1:23 left in the first. Leonard against Thompson. And here's Leonard. Lock at 6. A 3 ball. The shot, no good. The Knicks go the other way with it.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And a switcher also for Detroit. McGrady's checked in. .58 seconds left to play in the first. Irving finds Anthony. That shot misses. Great tee that time from Leonard. Davis with it. Now Anthony defending. Out to the right wing. Robertson against Yao. And it's good, 2 points.
That's Kawhi pushing the action all by himself there, attacking inside and starting to take charge.
Irving with the bounce pass. Anthony. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Leonard kicks to Robertson. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Mourning with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Right side Irving. And that one, good.
This is where Kyrie can work some of his magic out there on the floor. Excels at getting the screen and taking advantage of any space he gets.
It's a tie game in New York. Return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. They've got Anthony Davis. Call out there with Tracy McGrady. And it's Malone. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Good on the shot.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
It up for Davis.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Irving double team. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Melo has to be in position for plays like that. That time, perfect position.
Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthday, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
Irving against Paul. Passes to Mourning. It's stolen by McGrady. And now the Pistons, fast break. Here's Davis. And Mourning sends it back.
And that's his signature. Mourning, a fantastic defender. Phenomenal at using those long arms to reject shots.
Leonard against Anthony. Here's Malone, and it's in there.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
You take a look at Anthony Davis and his frame and think about his rookie year coming in so thin and moved around a lot by bigger, stronger players in the post. No longer the case, as he's put on a ton of muscle to that frame and continues to grow in the strength area along with his confidence. That's helped him out a lot.
So both teams changing it up here. 55 seconds left in the first half. Rose passes to Gilmore. Back to Rose. Over Robertson. New York, no good that time either.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
But they recover it. Yes, that goes in. Davis has got the lead up to 4 now for the Pistons.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
And it's Rose missing. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Jordan finds Davis. Now, here is Harden. Over Iverson. Iverson with some nice D. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. It's Detroit. They lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. Nothing seemed to give way on either side. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And New York, looking at who they've got. Allen Iverson out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Thompson, and it's Gilmore in at power forward. Detroit leading by 4.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
Davis against Rose. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the rebound. So it's the Pistons now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Davis. Misses off the right iron.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Derrick Rose.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
Abdul-Jabbar kicks to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. 5 to shoot. And a wide open look for Jordan with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
And just beautiful form on MJ's jumper. A part of the game he polishes more and more every year.
Rose against Davis. Good. Rose has got his second basket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
And right there, you see how quickly MJ gets into the air. Yet another one of his natural gifts.
Rose passes to Iverson. Back to Rose. And Davis sends it back.
Pick up the pace, get the 2 for 1 here.
Be smart, but execute at the same time. Let's see what they do.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Mikan. Leonard against Thompson. Outside Rose. Fires from deep. No good there. And we've reached the end of the third. Pistons lead by 4. And fourth quarter basketball. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the floor for Detroit, Michael Jordan is out there with Duncan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Robertson. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5 spot. Anthony, the pass to Lanier. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Lanier's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for New York. Here's the floater. No good that time. Now the Knicks take it the other way. To tie it up. Anthony down low, guarded by Jordan. The kick out to Dumas. And the pass to Lanier. Over Jordan. Lanier, that's good. Lanier's got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight. Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Kyrie exceptional at taking the hit and then somehow creating a release angle towards the rim.
Thompson, he's checked in for Anthony. Leonard, he's checked in for Detroit.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Out to the wing, and here's Robertson outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Robertson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Irving. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And the Pistons making a change here. Davis is checked in. Jordan against Iverson. There's the triple. Knicks with the rebound. 1:03 left in the game. Thompson outside. Pass to Gilmore. Dishes it to Iverson. On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Jordan. Money! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Here's Robertson. A second chance effort. Yes!
And don't let the lean physique fool you. Kareem with the strength to finish through contact as well as anybody who's ever played.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rose up on top, covered by Robertson. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good! And that shot brings them to within just one.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And now we've got the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3-ball.
Misses the 3.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
As good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
And so it's Detroit with the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony and
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
Pay your way. I think I made a way. Save the day. When you ask, can you take a pic? I'm so sorry. I got woke up inside a Rari. I know my old things wanna.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Soaring high above the Willamette River towards our location tonight in down. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our...
Well, guys,
Great vision, David. Thank you. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team.
And with Yusuf Nurkic.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Havlicek is out there with Barkley. Then it's Jason Kidd. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Unseld in at the center. And for Portland, they've got Hill. Frazier is out there with Pippen. It's Garnett. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low. And it's Pippen with the jam.
And Pippen there driving hard inside, has the height and athleticism to consistently get it done in the paint.
The Spurs in a transition period. No Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard, all retired or have moved on. Interesting to see how they stay competitive.
Garnett the pass to Frazier. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Steve, the Spurs have great consistency, but you have to wonder, how does this team find its way back into title contention?
Yes, Kevin, great question. Losing Kawhi Leonard, it really hurt the San Antonio Spurs. This organization has to do some soul searching on how that went bad. But how they do it, they have to draft great again. They have to keep developing young players, and that chemistry has to continue to be elite.
1:30 left in the first quarter, and it's sent back by Howard.
Yeah, and shooters have to be cautious with Howard around. He has such a long reach that he easily blocks those kinds of shots.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pippen against Kidd. He kicks it to Wade. Shot clock at 3. On deep. Here's Barkley. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
To the inside. It's tipped. But they'll get another chance. Hill against Havlicek. Here's Garnett. And finally they hit one.
And when Garnett gets it that deep, the D is at his mercy. How about the extension when he's able to get up on that low block?
Here's Kidd. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Frazier scanning the floor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Dwayne Wade.
And one of the very best in our league at getting to the line. Walt Frazier just has that great change of pace and aggressive nature. Always playing, though, under control.
And Frazier drops them both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
KD, that's for two. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Textbook defense from Klay Thompson. Did a real nice job of contesting the shot.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Trail Blazers, we've got McAdoo. Klay Thompson is out there with Payton. Then it's Olajuwon. And it's Pierce in at the three, the small forward. Here's Kidd. No good. Shot missing. Now Portland takes it the other way. Outside, Pierce. Hayes with the steal. Here is Kidd. And there's the pass to Hayes. Here's Pettit. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. When you look at the luxury tax structure, Smitty, it's now more expensive than ever to maintain a championship contending roster.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's the choice of a lot of these organizations. Some owners want to do it, some don't. But I think if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to open up your checkbook.
There's a minute 47 left here in the second. Payton kicks to Pierce. Swiped it away. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Here's Dantley. And it's sent back by McAdoo. On the wing, Thompson. And Portland turns it over again.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 6. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Here's Kidd. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And Kidd using that size well inside. Fantastic with the read of the D there and exploiting the weakness.
The shot by Payton, no good.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. 51 seconds left to play here in the half. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
KD passes to Dantley. Now here's Kidd. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot from the low post is good. Kidd's got 6.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Payton. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. They get Jason Kidd.
Payton, a super vocal guy, constantly talking up a storm, always trying to get into the heads of the opposition.
19 seconds left in the second quarter. Now Havlicek. No points in the game yet for him. Shoots. Misses the chippy right there.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greeting. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They hold a 4-point lead. Kenny. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Gotta like what Jason Kidd has done in this game.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Barkley is out there with Havlicek. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then it's Jason Kidd, and it's Unseld in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Barkley. Garnett with the block. It's rebounded by Unseld.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. It's blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. A nice shot by Howard. A smitty of recent players to enter the league. Which had rookie seasons that surprised you?
I think Donovan Mitchell, the way he came out of the gates. I knew Luka Doncic was good, but because I hadn't seen much film or seen him live, he surprised me. Trae Young, the way he's played from a small guard position, those are some of the guys that have surprised me. Some were high drive picks, and some were a little bit lower, but those are the 3.
6 to shoot. Here's Pippen. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Durant's checked in for Jason Kidd. 1:21 left in the third. Havlicek, the pass to Pettit. On the wing, Dwayne Wade. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Portland leading by 4. It's Pippen on the wing. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Pippen, simply put, one of the best small forwards of all time. A defensive powerhouse and a fearless scorer.
For Portland, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's KD. Here's Hayes. Shot clock at 6. Tries again, and it's sent back by Howard. It's 2-on-1. And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Pippen. Garnett's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here is KD. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Can't connect from long distance. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Here's Wade. Howard is out there with Garnett. Then there's Hill. Then it's Thompson. And it's Frazier in at the guard position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Barkley dishes to Wade. Here's Dantley. He's covered by Thompson. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. Payton, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Jason Kidd's checked in for the Spurs. Here's KD. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Brent Hill picks one up.
And the length of Durant. He's more than capable of attacking the rim and either scoring or drawing the foul.
Portland leading by 6. Now here's Payton. Outside Hill. Kidd grabs the board.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Barkley's shot is off. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. The offensive rebound. And Howard with the second chance points.
Yeah, and when Howard is allowed to get near the bucket, he capitalizes easily on the offensive glass. He sees the game so well.
To the left side wing. Good on the bucket.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Bobbed up there for Thompson. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's KD. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. And now it's just a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
You can see why he loves to play in transition. You give Durant a head of steam, there's no stopping him.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're up by 4. 1:33 left here in the 4th quarter. A different look now for Portland. Pippen's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Frazier in for Gary Payton. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin will see if they can build on this lead.
Pass to Havlicek with the shot and another basket for San Antonio.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch, and he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
56 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Hill passes to Frazier. It's in!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Dwight Howard.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
Here's Wade. The kick out to Havlicek. It's stolen by Hill, and an intentional foul right there. And that's an intentional foul. It's the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And the word you got to use is explosive out there when talking about Grant Hill. He's one of those guys who doesn't wait for the game to come to him. He goes out and just makes things happen.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 6. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Over to the left wing. And here's Kidd from the arc. Got it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
Havlicek outside. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Wade passes to Unseld. From deep. Misses the shot. And so it's Portland winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
next. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Quite a few injuries here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
And for Wendell Carter Jr., 5 players scratched from the game. If you're one of the healthy players, you're going to get all you can eat.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Kevin McHale, Doncic out there with West. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Bird in at the 3. And for Chicago, Baylor is out there with Robinson. And there's Bryant. Then there's John Stockton. And it's Carter in at the small forward. And Bird, here we go. And it's sent back by Carter. Kobe passes to Robinson. And the dunk by Robinson.
I love the show of force there from Robinson. When he's deep inside, it is clear for takeoff.
And the Bulls last year, Kevin, had a lot of holes in their teams. They struggled on offense as well as defense, and their lack of outside shooting was one of their bigger issues. Their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers. The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
And the Mavericks with possession here. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Doncic. Here's Gasol. A shot, no good. Some solid defense from Robinson.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement from them.
See, Webb, the Bulls last year, bottom 2 offense in the league.
Yeah, only slightly better than the Knicks. I mean, you know, Kevin, injuries hurt. They had to suit up 22 different players last year. But overall, this team has a lot of work to do on the offensive end to improve.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in.
Shaq is checked in for Robinson. And then for Dallas, Stojakovic comes in for Bird. Nash is subbed in for West. Stojakovic dishes to Gasol. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. O'Neal passes to Stockton. That shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jim Boylan. He told me they have to lean on their postgame tonight. He wants them to get the ball into the block each time down the floor and pound those guys inside. Sounds like this could be a real physical battle, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for McHale. So for the Bulls. Walton's checked in for Baylor. Irving comes in for Vince Carter. And Gervin subbed in for Bryant. Petrovic is checked in for the Mavericks.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Now here's Stockton. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And how about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge target for his teammates on these alley-oops.
Passes it to Petrovic. Back to Nash. Pass to Gasol. Six on the shot clock. Stojakovic against Irving. McHale trying to free himself. Dallas again missing. The Bulls leading by 6. Outside Irving. And Gervin kicks to Irving. Walton dishes to Stockton. The pass to O'Neal. Over to Gasol. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Chicago with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Pau Gasol. Peja Stojakovic is out there with Kevin McHale. Then there's Petrovic. And it's Nash in at point. Pass to Petrovic. Back to Nash. Now here's Gasol. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Passes it to Petrovic. Jacks up a three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. We often talk about problems between the players and fans. I'm sure there are some things that fans do, Chris, that players do appreciate.
Oh, yeah, Kev. And you know what we really appreciate? The good trash-talking fans.
Oh, really?
The clean trash-talking fans. Oh, Weber, you suck. You can't shoot. Oh, so what? You just dunked on their whole team. Like, don't stop in the first quarter, good fans. You know, keep going when I'm giving it to you all game long. So you love that. You love the crowds, too, that don't need to be hyped up by a PA guy. You love the ones that are just so sincere when they see that kissing camera come on, they go crazy, or they're just cheering for both teams and great play, though they want their teams to win. And you love, again, the creative heckler, the one that had to think about it the day before, like the ones that comes in with a sign and it's a picture of you crying or look like you're crying with words under, like, hey, you didn't get asked to prom today, or the face on Chris after he missed the shot. You love that because it is a great relationship. Don't be fooled, and you know this, Kevin. It's a great relationship between players and the fans, and we need those fans to heckle us because when you heckle the best players, you usually get their best game.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Robinson's checked in for O'Neal. Baylor comes in for Walton. Barry's checked in for Irving. And it's Bryant in for Gervin. Free throw good, Stockton.
Stockton, just a remarkable point guard. Lights out shooter and an even better distributor.
Well, Jim Boylan, he won the Chicago head coaching job after his interim stint. The fans were unsure of the hire, but the front office believes in him moving forward.
The Bulls leading by 8. The kick out to Bryant. Bangs home the trifecta. Kobe's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, and you got to know Bryant looking to shoot as soon as he gets the ball. The D can't give him any daylight.
Here's Doncic. Here's Gasol. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Stockton outside. Here's Kobe. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Bulls have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. The Bulls making a switch here. Carter's checked in. The free throw drops for Kobe. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. West passes to Kuzi. And here is Doncic. A floater. And here's West for 3. And the 3 ball is good. West has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense.
Kobe with it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jerry West. The Bulls have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Bryant.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They lead by 11. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot?
And that's...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through two quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Robinson is out there with Baylor. Then it's Stockton. Then there's Carter. And it's Kobe in at the two-guard spot. And that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half. Gasol kicks to Bird. Over Baylor. McHale. There's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And just how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times, this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process, but at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
Doncic finds West. And here is Gasol. Shoots it. Bird can't hit.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they could do is try to get him more easy looks.
West dishes to Doncic. Pass to Gasol. Bird outside. He kicks to West. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Doncic. A three-pointer, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
West passes to Doncic. McHale outside. Dallas moving the ball around. Bird outside. West with a wide open look. Hits it from three-point range. West has got 6.
And that's what you get when you combine the range and just his overall confidence. Mr. Outside.
Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
Yeah, just stepped out of bounds as he tried to slither around the defender there. Good job by the D to cut him off.
O'Neal's checked in for the Bulls. Petrovic is checked in for the Mavericks. Nash comes in for West. There's the pass to Gasol. It's hauled in by the Bulls. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Baylor, and he uses the glass on the layup. Baylor's got 6 points in the quarter.
And how about O'Neal zipping passes over to his guys, using that height to find open teammates.
Fades. Another shot. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 10 on the basket from McHale.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
Here's Stockton. Carter outside. That's good, and a nice assist from Stockton. Stockton's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, you gotta love the recognition there. Stockton just so unselfish, always looking to find the open man.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls lead by 13. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Dallas, Petrovic is out there with Stojakovic. Then there's McHale. Then it's Nash. And it's Kuzi in at the point. Irving against Nash. And stolen by Nash. 13 feet away. Rebound by the Bulls. Walton's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Mavericks trail by 15. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Kuzi. Here's Stojakovic. Lock at 6. On the wing, Stojakovic. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Stojakovic has got his first points in this one. Chris, more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, man. Especially when I was out, I would give a pair of shoes away after every game.
Oh, great.
I really love doing it on the road. At home is really cool, but on the road is great because that's where you know that fan braved all those other fans and the elements to wear your jersey and to be the only one there, so you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through to wear that tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging rights. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team, baby.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect.
Yeah.
And he can't get the first one. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Pau Gasol is checked in for Stojakovic. Bird comes in for Petrovic. And West subs in for Steve Nash. West against Irving. West passes to Kuzi. Offline with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Passes it to Barry. 1:22 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Irving passes to Barry. Over McHale. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And the Bulls lead by 16.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bulls.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kobe Bryant.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless. Grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
No good from Irving.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Kuzi passes to West. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Gervin. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the 4th.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
And that's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Here's McHale. The shot's good on the assist by West.
And fantastic length. The touch on the jump shot, almost impossible to stop McHale from mid-range.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence.
I study the game like a tool, schooling the kids with no rule, giving out gold like a boost, calling me king like a moose. Better call me king like Shango, only see it green like Rondo, gold everything on me pronto, fitting 30 kings, 50 queens in a condo, clear course sitting on my wrist, more real estate, putting all the in a try, on baby, on kids, on guys, surrounded by the opposite anyone, east side rolling through the traffic. Hit me up, connect, send me one. I can make a god out of savage. 21. He said he run the block, I said we go on the block. Boy, standing center, watch you better come and get this bread, boy. No running from the cops, I said we go on the cops, putting money in the stocks. Hold up, hold up. Hold up. Well, Haiti, I be going voodoo crazy, so we got Lord Haiti to produce. Stones on me looking at my juice. Putting gold in the hood like a moose. Try.
And it's true that if you take time and consider, all the dynamics around you and supporting you and those that are against you, that you'll find the answers to make a way out of no way. And that the answers will come through you so that you could contribute to the community and give back.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
That's beautiful. A view of the stunning and historic City Hall. Welcome, everyone, to our broadcast here in Philadelphia. Hi, thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. It's a Monday afternoon broadcast. Hey, Dave.
Well, Ben Simmons.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And now the Lakers starting group. Johnson is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Chamberlain, and there's Malone, and it's Ewing in at the 4. And for the 76ers, Joel Embiid out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Tatum in at the 3 spot. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. No good that time. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. On the wing, Johnson shoots over Lillard. And it's Johnson that time on the assist by Malone. Clark, we have a big-time matchup with the big men down low tonight.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, you're going to see both teams double these guys because they're just too hard to handle. Otherwise, they'll have to do their work and make their decisions quickly.
On the wing, George. James covering, and George kicks to Lillard. No good on the 3. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Malone right side. He feeds it to Ewing. And Tatum pulls it down.
And priority number one has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Lillard again missing.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
Malone dishes to Johnson. Back to Malone. Over Lillard. Great look there, but off target.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort. And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their two young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
Here's Johnson. 76ers getting the bucket. Over George, and the basket by Johnson.
Yeah, watching Johnson exert his will down low now, using his height and quick release quite well inside.
Lillard finds Embiid. Now, Antetokounmpo. He's guarded by Johnson. Stolen by Ewing. To the middle. Here's Chamberlain, and it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Tell you what, if you let Wilt get the ball there, that's the poster shot you can expect.
Johnson against Lillard. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And then for Los Angeles, Russell, he's checked in for Chamberlain. Worthy comes in for Karl Malone. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Johnson. Now, here's Jokic. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Beal, the pass to Middleton. 76ers moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Young, and Ewing sends it back.
Great at knowing when to time and go up for the rejection. Ewing, a superb defender.
Six seconds left here in the opening quarter. 1 second left, and that one is off. And so the first quarter is in the books. Lakers on top. They're up by 6. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, they've got Miller. Russell is out there with Worthy. Then there's Thomas, and it's Drexler in at the small forward.
Boy, he's so crafty, Isaiah Thomas, and really unselfish. A pass-first point guard who knows exactly when one of his guys is open and how to get it to him. And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Los Angeles leading by 6. Drexler outside. The pass to Worthy, and the dunk by Worthy.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Young taking his time here. Siakam off target from outside.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Look, we've talked about footwork, but a player's hands, how he catches, how he passes, his use of his hands are huge. And there are a couple guys out there that are great at that.
Kawhi Leonard has got some mitts unlike any other in the league. I mean, he's not that tall. He's long-armed, and his hands are humongous. That ball looks like a tennis ball in his hands. And not only are they big, they're good. He's active with them on defense, and he's very strong in how he handles the ball offensively. You know, I think about a guy in terms of maybe not size, but really good hands. Jokic. His hands are phenomenal.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Middleton kicks to Young. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Johnson down low. Young's there. Up top, Worthy. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Worthy's got the lead up to 13 now for the Lakers.
When it comes to distributing the ball, nobody does it better than Magic. When one of his guys has a clean look, the ball is there quickly and on target.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Jason Tatum comes in for Chris Middleton, and Lillard subbed in for Trae Young. Patrick Ewing's checked in for the Lakers. LeBron comes in for Malone. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside, George. Shot clock at 5. With the floater, Chamberlain with the block.
Man, what a well-coordinated athlete at his size. To add that superior timing, hard to get shots over Wilt Chamberlain.
Maravich against George. And here's Maravich. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Right back after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They have a 13-point lead. And that's going to...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been quite a game for James Worthy.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Tatum. Paul George is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Embiid, and it's Giannis in at the 4 spot. From deep, George. Great D that time from James. Lakers leading by 13. Johnson dishes to Malone. Over Tatum. That's good from Malone on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Bradley Beal's checked in for the 76ers. Johnson with it. Down low. Ewing can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Here's Tatum. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Malone. Here's Ewing. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Ewing's got his first bucket in this one. The 76ers trail by 17. Pass to Giannis. Second chance shot. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. The drive by James and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Here's Tatum. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist.
How about the pace that Tatum plays with, Kevin? Excellent. I mean, when he's feeling it, he can pull up effortlessly off the dribble. Nice.
Here's the lob to the hoop. Beal with the steal. Here's the break. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the third. Yep, that one goes in there.
You know, he is unafraid, Antetokounmpo. So good at measuring up the defense, sizing them up, and then keeping his focus.
Now here's James. Six to shoot. Johnson outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. They've got Thomas. Drexler out there with LeBron James. Then it's Miller, and it's Russell in at the 5, down low. Nice shot by James.
Analytics says that you should ignore the mid-range jumper. No, not with LeBron. With him shooting, I'll bank on any shot he takes.
Inside, and stolen by Russell. And the dunk by James.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
Young finds Siakam. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebound?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
And stolen by Russell. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Los Angeles.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
Here's Jokic. Kept alive. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Jokic has a nice shot fake and did a good job that time getting the defenders up in the air and drawing the foul.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Lakers?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Porzingis, he's checked in for Siakam. Simmons comes in for Chris Middleton. And Beal subbed in for Paul George. Beal from long range. The rebound by the Lakers. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Maravich. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Jokic. First one falls for him.
Number 12.
And so he hits both. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Young outside. Towns. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
You know, for a guy with Towns' size, I mean, to have this level of body control, tell you what, it's no wonder the contact didn't bother the shot.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tell your friend to stop him. Come here. Nope. And the Rolls Royce just got it. She wanna tell a friend about it. And the party ain't a party till I'm inside it. If they then they invited. Wow. Mighty Duck Ice Challenge. And I'm looking for with no mileage. I'm back on my. How you feel about it? Big diamonds on my neck, can't even hide it. In the bathroom, in the bathrobe, in the front seat of the Lambo. On the West Coast.
God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me.
Yeah.
100 deep when I roll like lonely. It's a moment when I show up. God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me. Yeah, your grandma will probably know me. Get more lonely. It's a moment when I show up. God, I'm saying wow.
Crazy, I like that, you like that, so let's be crazy.